welcome, and let's do yet another beautiful lesson. Lesson number 94. I am as God created me. I have to tell you, I use this lesson more often than I can even imagine. Any time I think of myself as go down the road, I'm worthless, I'm not worthy, I try to condemn myself. I do anything, any thought comes, and I use this immediately. For some reason, it works for me. Just reminds me of exactly who I am and why am I saying all these things and what actually am I benefiting from all of that. So, beautiful lesson today is I am as God created me. Says, today we continue with one idea which brings complete salvation, the one statement which makes all forms of temptation powerless, the one thought which renders the ego silent and entirely undone. You are as God created you. The sounds of this world are still. The sights of this world disappear, and all the thoughts that this world ever held are wiped away forever by this one idea. Here is salvation accomplished. Here is sanity restored. True light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong, and light must be in you. He who ensured your sinlessness must be your guarantee of strength and light as well. You are as God created you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of the Son of God. You stand in light, strong in the sinlessness in which you were created and in which you will remain throughout eternity. Today we will again devote the first 5 minutes of each waking hour to the attempt to feel the truth in you. Begin these times of searching with these words, I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Now try to reach the Son of God in you. This is the self which never sinned, nor made an image to replace reality. This is the self which never left its home in God to walk the world uncertainly. This is the self which knows no fear, nor could conceive of loss or suffering or death. Nothing is required of you to reach this goal except to lay all idols and self-images aside. Go past the long list of attributes, both good and bad, you have ascribed to yourself and wait in silent expectancy for the truth. God has Himself promised it will be revealed to all who ask for it. You are asking now. You cannot fail because He cannot fail. If you do not meet the requirement of practicing for the first 5 minutes of every hour, at least remind yourself hourly, I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Tell yourself frequently today that you are as God created you, and be sure to respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are His Son eternally. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride toward your release and a milestone in learning the thought system which this course sets forth. Let's see the footprints. One of them is in workbook lesson number 93. The other one is from Matthew, when the Son of Man shall come in His glory, and all the holy angels with Him, shall He sit upon the throne of His glory. In the above passage, of course, the Son is all of us. As with most of the 5 minutes per hour practices, this one is a meditation exercise. Here you lay aside all the attributes you have ascribed to yourself, and then, rather than sinking down into your mind as in most earlier meditations, you simply wait in a state of stillness in which the only thing that occupies your mind is expectancy. the anticipation that your true self will be revealed to you. This is an initial occurrence of a method of meditation that will become the workbook's predominant form in the second half of its year. This lesson is a third giant stride in the workbook. See footnote 75 and lesson number 61 for a list of all the giant strides. And I will talk about that in a separate video. I will make about the giant strides. I think the reason I may have been, until today, I'm probably using this is because it says in here, this one idea brings complete salvation. And then it also says, repeatedly say it. So it must have somewhere, when I started practicing this lesson, just must have stuck with me. And it probably is one of the shortest thing that also you could say. It could be a number of things why I remember this and why I say this all the time, pretty much all the time. I remember a friend of mine telling this story. She won't mind if I tell you. Um, she said, there was a time when she was throwing up and she wasn't feeling well. She wasn't feeling all that great, but she knows that she's a great student and a teacher of the course. So, and she was throwing up and she would say, I am as God created me. And it just was one of those things that the way she said it, and it was hilarious because what do? You're thrown in circumstances that are beyond your control, and you are now finding, these ideas, and then what better way would you have than to practice them and see? And the idea is not like, okay, the moment you say I am as God created me, that she stopped throwing up or anything. That's not the idea or anything. That's not the outcome that she was looking for. But the fact that she chose to remember her truth at that time, whether you're sick, whether you're angry, whatever the scenario may be, whatever is going on with you, but you can choose. It says, the course says you can choose. That's the only will that we have, or the willpower will. So you can choose. So the moment, the fact that you are anything, you experiencing anything but the oneness, and then you choose at that moment, I am as God created me. Just brings a lot of peace. And if you want, you can practice right now. Put your hand to your chest and you can say to your heart, and you can say, I am as God created me. And that just brings a lot of peace to me. And sit with it. And I think the reason I also may be doing this is because I'm not a great meditator. So if this lesson says that this is the first step towards that meditation, maybe my soul, the unconscious thing, wants to do that so that it can be still and hear the voice of God that always speaks to me. In that stillness is where we hear. I hope this resonates with you, and this is a great lesson, like any other lessons, whichever resonates with you. Keep practicing. This is your transformation. And do comment, let me know what works, what's not working for you, how things are. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you have a great day, a great week. I love you. Namaste.